Welcome to the Penny Bloom Podcast. Ain't another place that has got more bombast. Romp past your mom, dads, listening to Tomcats, talking everything that make you sad. We don't want that. We're here to make you smile. Put your mind at ease. Peace, love, and bloom, and always praise Keanu Reeves. This what we about. This some weeding now. We'll talk until we can't no more, and then we peacing out. Alright, let's go. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. It's the Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Penny Bloom Podcast. Hello, everybody, and welcome back for another episode of the Penny Bloom Podcast. And this is the Council of Kenobi. I almost said the Council of Kenobi. All the Kenobis really fucking me up. I got just Kenobi on the brain. This is episode 220 of the Penny Bloom Podcast, and the bitches four are here. I am Colton Robertson. I am joined by Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. I'm also joined by Miles fucking Buttress. What's up, G?
Doing good, man. We just all got some cock on our brains.
Yeah, I know. Just some Council of Kenobi COK. Want to make it clear that that's what I am.
That's what I meant
when I say cock. COK, Council of Kenobi. We are also joined today by Tillman McClunie III. Hello, my friend. You might be busy. I'll let you do you. Let's get into episode 4 of Kenobi. So, all in all, I really like this episode. Like, this is my favorite episode of the series so far, and it's amongst my favorite episodes of Star Wars television. Period. Like, I love the rescue premise, man. It's such a fun and easy one to get behind. Like, we're breaking in and we're getting them out, you know? Like, that's just fun shit. That's just fun shit.
It felt like a Clone Wars episode just in live action. Like, there was, I don't know, the little planning stage of like, oh, there's no shields, you know? I don't see any shields. Like, well, no one would be stupid enough to attack him, you know? It's like, oh, this is just classic.
No one's ever been in there.
Yeah,
Cal Kestis being like, you see this shit, BD?
Yeah, I don't know. It was just it felt just like a Clone Wars episode, and I don't know. It was just like actually seeing, you know, like Obi-Wan fighting stormtroopers and like outsmarting them, drowning them all, like God, deflecting.
The Fallen Order vibes just out the ass. Yeah. Like, my God, it was wonderful. Miles, how you feeling about the episode?
That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say it felt like the last episode or the last mission of Fallen Order.
Storming Fortress Inquisitorius.
Yeah.
Trying
to rescue someone, you know, all that shit.
Man, sounds like you're doing a Harry Potter spell every time you say that.
You had said that
I can just hear Snape going, Fortress Inquisitorius.
Yeah, you had said that last episode, and I thought you were just like saying it as a joke.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Not gonna lie.
Fortress Inquisitorius.
I hate that that's the name of it. It's just such a dumb name, but it's
it's one of those things that, Miles, you have this thing that we talk about pretty frequently on here. Whenever it's so stupid, it's great.
Yeah, like I do agree. It is so stupid, it's great. Like, I hate it, but I also love it a little bit because it's so dumb.
Yeah, you know, like Fortress Inquisitorius, we could not have gone more. Wow, we're dorks with this shit.
You couldn't have done any. You couldn't have put any more thought into it. They were sitting down in their planning stage, like, all right, so what do we name the fortress where they keep all the Inquisitors?
And I just love the idea that, like,
Fortress Inquisitorius, and everyone's like, that's it. Nope.
Well, not
30 seconds. That's all the thought we need.
Scenes writers version of it, but like, imagine like someone within the Empire came up with that. Like either the Grand Inquisitor or Vader. Vader was like,
Vader.
It shall be Fortress Inquisitorius, and everyone was like, "Oh no, we can't tell him that. That's bad."
Yeah, well, that's why it's so bad. Vader came up with it, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's a great name. Let's run with that." And then, you know how like there's the scene whenever the two stormtroopers are walking through the hallway and they're like, God, I hope we're not stationed here for long. Those conversations are happening every time they get their orders. You're going to be stationed at Fortress Inquisitorius. They're like, you're going to get stationed where? Fortress Inquisitorius. What a dumb fucking name. Hey, Vader came up with that. So
stupid
keep it on the
name, man.
Keep it on the down low. We don't want Vader to know that it's the dumbest name ever.
Otherwise,
you will die.
Goddamn fuckery. But yeah, I really loved this episode. You know, we get a little Leia and Reva scene, which I don't think we've gotten them one-on-one together, save for the last seconds of the last episode. Now we get a full conversation with them, and it was like just so like I can't express to you enough. You know, like I've said this week after week now. This is our third podcast. I know it's the fourth episode, but on Kenobi, little Leia has been the highlight for me, far and away. And Leia Organa was already my favorite Star Wars character, and the fact that we get to see her at this age still be so fucking awesome, it's just like, you know, I never thought I'd get more Leia Organa content that satisfied me the way that Carrie Fisher's Leia Organa could. And like I'm here just, God, I Vivian Lila Blair as little Leia is the shit. I absolutely love her. And to see her act across from Moses Ingram as Reva was fucking awesome. Just a lot of great character moments in this episode for them.
Yeah. After this episode, I do think our because we were looking at the predictions before we started, I do think that whole Reva turns to light thing, I could see her helping out the good side in some way. That I think could still happen. So going full redemption arc, I think is a little less likely after the strap Leia up to the torture machine.
Yeah, I texted Joe last night before the episode, and I was like, because was this
while you were cowering in your basement?
Yes, I like to throw theories at Joe as like my sounding board. Like, yeah, how's this sound before I give it to everyone else, because I'm like, you know what, Joe's got the open mind here. So you
throw it at Joe. You gauge it from there. Joe goes like, "Oh, I don't know. That seems a little far fetched." You're like, "All right."
So I know for sure it's far fetched.
This is a terrible idea.
But the theory I threw at him was that you know, what if it's not Kenobi that Reva is? She's obviously after Kenobi, but what if it's because she knows none of the Inquisitors will try to take down Vader with her? What if she knows the only person she could get to try and take down Vader would be Kenobi?
No. Yeah, just be powerful enough to take down Vader. You know? No. Why? I mean, you can.
No, they wouldn't. Reva would die because episode 4 happens. Like, I know it's not like it's not gonna happen, but like,
there's been one guy in history that's defeated Anakin. Well, maybe two. I guess Dooku kind of defeated Anakin one time,
low key,
but then got later.
Well, also
like Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's pretty much truly the only guy who's ever defeated Anakin.
Don't we also know that Palpatine's like defeated Anakin like a ton of times?
Literally like Anakin would always,
daily. Yeah, Anakin would always be like, "Ooh, I'm gonna try and like turn on my master." Like, hey, bitch boy, shut the fuck up.
Yep, exactly. He made his suit susceptible to lightning and extremely painful, so that if he ever tried to get out of hand. Yeah, you can just intercept it. You want a little sit right down.
Well, now we see just how a part of his body it is. Like, it's not just like, oh, that shit's like touching his body, he's getting electrocuted. It is in him. Like, that shit it is burning within him whenever he gets electrocuted.
It is part of him. Yeah. It's I don't know. I've never thought of it like that ever. I thought it was just like an accessory that he could just take off. I didn't think it was like he needed every part of the suit.
Like, I knew the breathing mechanism was important, but beyond that, like, the whole thing is holding him together pretty much, which is kind of nuts. Tillman, haven't got your takes yet. How'd you feel about the episode overall?
You know, first half, you know, it's like 43 minutes. You know, I was like, okay.
It's a 38-minute episode, 33 minutes of runtime.
Yeah, I was going to say, it was short.
So I was like, we're gonna start off, of course. I thought we might pick up back on the planet where we're like, okay, where did Leia go? But we knew Leia was we're gonna find out. We knew we were gonna find out where she went at some point in the episode. I thought it was a good episode, especially the second half. Very, very was excited on edge, like what's gonna happen, and we see kind of the birth, yes, the little birth of the rebellion. We see more into that, a little birth into the rebels, in that episode, and so it was kind of like a new dawning. I felt like this episode was like a new dawning, I felt hopeful watching this episode, a sense of hope, but then also, yeah, no, I'm excited. I was excited to see, Obi-Wan, he was we started off with this character, he was like, listen, bro, I'm not the person you used to be. I can't help you. And now, he's over here telling them, we got to go get her. We got to. So seeing, the shift in Obi-Wan, a little bit of therapy with, what's the rebel fighter? She, poses as a, Hala. Yeah, she's try to give him a little therapy, tell him, forget the past or whatever. But I think we'll start to see, he won't forget the past, but he'll learn to not let the scars fade, but learn to live with the scars. Learn to live with those memories.
And I think we already see bits and pieces of that in Rebels, like in the one episode he's in, with Maul. That's clearly a man who is well adjusted to where he's at in the timeline. He's made his peace with certain things. He knows what must be done. Is he the chosen one? They got that shit figured out. But what do you guys say we jump into a scene by scene breakdown?
Let's do it.
So we've got part 4, 4th episode of Obi-Wan Kenobi, aired on June 8th today, directed by Deborah Chow and written by Joby Harold and Hannah Friedman. So we start this episode and Obi-Wan Kenobi is waking up, finding himself in a starship flown by Tala, and her and her droid, Ned B, is the name of the droid, which I think is just interesting, Ned B. They tend to Kenobi, and through some light flashbacks, but not really. It's just him remembering that he was carried by Tala and her operatives to safety and submerged in a Bacta tank. And he's haunted by memories of his duel with Vader just last episode and panicking. He climbs out of the Bacta tank. He's like, yo, what the fuck? Where am I? What the fuck is going on? I'm tripping balls right now. And Tala's like, yeah, we're on the planet Jabim. You're cool. We just need you to get healthy. That's what we need right now. You need to be healed. And he's like, where's Leia? And I don't know, felt like, and this isn't like an actual parallel, I don't think, but any little Star Wars connection I can get, Finn waking up in The Last Jedi in a healing chamber and making his way around, just like, what the fuck? And then the first thing he asks someone, where's Rey? Just like a sort of like there's one person on their minds, and regardless of how they're feeling, they need to make sure. Is she safe? Is she all right? Where is Padme? Another one right there. But we cut then to Fortress Inquisitorius on the ocean. Fortress Inquisitorius on the ocean moon of Nur. And Leia's
N-U-R-R?
No, just one R. Nur. Leia's telling a stormtrooper, hey, my dad is gonna kick your dad's ass.
Hey, if you don't get your hands off me, my dad's a lawyer. He'll sue you.
He will sue. Yeah,
he will take all of your money.
She says, I am a princess of Alderaan. I'm the daughter of a senator. You will not fuck with me. And the third sister walks in and goes, cute.
You mean nothing here. Damn.
Yeah, that was brutal. I was like, all right. And this was just a great scene. This Reva and Leia opposite each other throughout this whole thing was so fucking great. And, Reva being like, we don't tolerate Jedi sympathizers. And she tells him, Kenobi's dead. Nobody's coming for her. And we kind of see Leia defeated, but still headstrong. Like, Dantooine. The rebel force is on Dantooine. Wasn't on Dantooine. That was a faux pas. But
Faux
yeah,
pas.
Faux pas.
We just found out Leia sucks at lying. We just found out she just sucks, bro. She just was like, I don't know anything. She was like, Cap! I'm calling Cap!
Okay, but here's the thing. Is she going to know they're on Jabeam? Did they tell her last episode we're going to Jabeam?
No. But she knows something. She knows something.
She knows something. She doesn't know where they are.
But maybe she does. She does.
More importantly, if Reva wanted to figure out where they were located at so bad, you think she would have just gotten that information from the pilot that she killed? Because she did just 1,000% just kill their ride to the planet that they were going to.
True. That's that.
That would have known where this giant base is at.
Hey, but it's just another example of them underestimating the girl. Back in A New Hope when Vader was like, she's very strong with the Force. She will not give over. Like she's actually much stronger than I thought she would be. So this is going to be tough. When Kylo takes Rey and they're like, so let me get this straight. You had the droid and you thought you'd be able to get the answers from the girl. And what happened there, Kylo? What the fuck happened there? She is strong with the Force. There was nothing I could do.
That's so good.
That was a great impression.
Damn.
But, just another one of those in Star Wars, and
she's strong with the Force.
She's strong with the Force. But back on Jabeam, Tala and Kenobi are pulling up on Roken, played by Ice Cube Jr., O'Shea Jackson Jr., son to that man who was straight out of Compton, crazy motherfucker named Ice Cube. And he wants Kenobi to leave. He's like, yo, you need to get the fuck out of here. You're putting us all in danger. They will find you, and when they do, we're fucked. And he's like, yo, we gotta save Leia. Like there's no question about it. That has got to be our priority. We've got to do that. And Tala, backs him up on it, emphasizes Leia's importance to their work, and Roken's like, yeah, I don't think she's worth exposing our operations. And cut like a little freeze frame narrator. She was, as we see later on in the movies. She is General Leia Organa, a fucking queen to the rebellion. But Kenobi's like, come on, Roken, you don't know what the Empire is capable of. And I was like, come on, Ben. You can't say that. You can't just assume these people don't know what the Empire is about, man. You can't just say that because everyone's going through it, Ben. Not just you.
Yeah, I feel like just like benefit of the doubt, you should probably assume most people in the Star Wars universe have been fucked over a handful of times by the Empire. Yeah, outside of like people that are like
people who are literally aiding Jedi to hide, people who are fighting the Empire. They know damn well what the Empire is capable of.
Outside of like the people like ruling the planets on the benefit of the Empire, probably everyone else in the galaxy is just like, yeah, they kind of fucked me over.
Yeah,
I kind of fucking hate them on the DL.
Y'all leave Ben alone. Ben been living in a cave. He don't know nothing. He don't know better.
Ben been living in a cave with a box of scraps.
Scraps, exactly.
But Roken claps back. He's like, I had a wife. She was one with the Force. And now she's actually one with the Force. What you think about that, Ben?
Ooh.
What you think about that, Ben? lost his spouse to the Inquisitors, and Ben's like, all right, you're right. I should eat my words and never assume shit again.
Ben thought
assuming just makes an ass out of you and me.
10 years later, Ben thought back to the moment and said, I think I'll try that. I think I'll try a little some of that life that your wife.
I might just do that. But Roken, like, and this was funny to me. Like, I'm one for like the rebellious spirit to just be like, yeah, you know what, fuck it. But the fact that Roken, like, he switched on a fucking dime. They were like, come on, man, you got to help. And he was like, you know what? If you want my help, you've got it. And it was like, there was no argument made on the contrary. He was just like, my wife died. And maybe it was just enough for him to go, you know what? You're right. I got to do something. If I can prevent this pain for someone else, I should. And you know what? That's all it's got to be. That's all it's got to be. But,
I think it's easy to go with the whole, they have an argument that persuades, the other person. But I think that moment really showed, sometimes as human beings, when we are like, no, we're not doing that, or like, we're like, yeah, we're doing that. And then we sit there and we talk about it. And then we end up telling ourselves, all right, wait, actually, I'm going to go the opposite direction. So I think that moment was like him being like, no, bro, they can do this and they can do that. And then he's like, you know what? You're motherfucking right. We need to do something about this.
You know what? You motherfucking right.
Right.
That's why you my dog, bro. You keep it 92 plus 8 with me, man.
And he called him General. Called him General. Which was just kind of sick.
Very, very interesting little like. So obviously, homie was around for the Clone Wars. He was married to seemingly a Jedi, like someone who was a part of the Jedi Council, or not Jedi Council, but Jedi Order. I really fucked with that. I just like that little tip in the cap. But later on, Roken is briefing Kenobi and Tala about the water moon of Nur and the Mustafar system, and Ben goes, "Wait, what?
What system? No, not that
Mustafar?
one.
Nope. Did you say Mustafar?
Yeah,
Nope.
And Tala goes like,
What's
yeah,
that?
that's Vader's, and they call it Vader's system. Like, that is Vader's system. And Ben's sitting there like, oh,
Maybe.
Damn.
Nope.
That's Vader's system. Man, I wonder
I'm
who would
the
have
only
caused
one
that.
here who knows why.
I wonder why he chose that as his system.
Yeah,
Man,
Ben's
anyone
like,
have a
this is
guess?
thinker.
That's crazy.
Yeah, guys, I cut off 3 of his limbs, left him to burn. Sorry.
Diced him.
Sliced and diced, man. He underestimated his power, and he was right in doing so.
Yeah.
Roken's intelligence suggests that Lord Vader is still on his ship, but he's nearby in the Nur system, and Roken's rebel comrades Wade and Sully discuss infiltrating Fortress Inquisitorius, and they're like, "So what the fuck do we know about this place?" Like, and they're like, "Ooh, not much. We know it's a command center." And therefore, it must have a training facility. It probably does. I mean, I'm assuming that would make sense to me. And Sully's like, yeah, nobody really knows what the fuck going on in there. And again, Cal Kestis is just like, bitch, I know exactly what's going on in there. And but Sully admits that they don't know what's going on inside, and Roken reveals that the facility is unshielded. And he's like, yeah, nobody is stupid enough to attack. And again, Cal Kestis going, sorry? I will storm that fortress, Inquisitorius, with glee. And the TV show. Kenobi proposes using T-47 airspeeders to land at the facility. He's like, I saw them. I saw you have those. That should be easy. And so he's like, yeah, nah, we're not soldiers. Those are used for hauling shit. We literally use the bathroom, and those are what are used to get rid of it. And Kenobi is like, yeah, but there's a child. So I'm going to go alone if y'all don't want to come with me. So up to you. And so he's like, dude, you're still wounded. You can't do that shit alone. And Tyler's like, I got this shit. I am down to ride for my man's Kenobi. And you know what? Tala climbing up that list of favorite rebels, man. This chick is the shit. I love this woman. Love this woman with all my heart.
Putting
She's
her
clutch.
credentials on the line. She said, I got the keys. She said, I got the keys. Let's do this.
I can get you in, bro.
Exactly.
I can get you in there.
And they said, like I said, she knows. What
She
Leia
said,
knows.
I'm an officer, dude. I could get you in there if I wanted.
Yeah, and what they said Leia knows. We don't know exactly what she knows, but Leia knows she is valuable. First of all, why does an 11-year-old know, or 10-year-old, however, it's one of those two? Why does she know things? What do they tell her? What does she possess?
So
The blood of Anakin Skywalker.
she says that she has news for the Grand Inquisitor, and that guy acts like, why wouldn't he have been like, well, the Grand Inquisitor's dead. He's not alive.
Grand Inquisitor's not dead.
So, like...
Grand Inquisitor's probably not dead, but also... Even
I know.
it
just kind of was like... It's just nice, like, to see that, like, he's... I don't know.
Dude's
They're
just
referring
out
to
of
them
commission.
like he's still alive, yeah.
But also, even if he was, most people probably wouldn't know.
True. That's also true.
Like,
They
she's an
probably keep that
officer.
shit kind of within.
Yeah.
They're like, ooh. It's like over in the old England, the royal family. They're like, shit. That
Shit,
dude died like 6 months ago. Maybe now we break the news.
Yeah, we gotta tell him about the Queen at some point, man.
Yeah, like shit. She been gone a while. We've just been trotting her out there like Weekend at Bernie's, but they're like puppeting the Grand Inquisitor around Fortress Inquisitorius, like,
Yes,
Mr.
Vader.
Grand Inquisi, are you having a good time today? And he's like, yes. He's just waving his arms up and
off
down.
to capture Kenobi.
Off to capture Kenobi today. And nevertheless, that's one. Using her officer clearance, she says she can get them inside Fortress Inquisitorius, and Kenobi's like, is that even possible? Like, is your cover still existent? Like, it doesn't feel like it should be. And Tala's like, we'll see.
Fuck it.
Yeah, we gotta do something. I don't see any other option at this point. And they go ahead and just like that, I love that we're bam, bam, bam with this show. I think that this might be my favorite and most well executed 6-episode series on Disney Plus for my money. I've seen people going like, oh, we only have 2 episodes left. How are we going to wrap this up? It's like, again, we haven't spun this massive narrative. It's pretty tight. It's pretty tightly wound and kind of just there before you for now. And, I think 2 episodes is more than enough here. And, part of that is because we just go, we should go to Nur, break into Fortress Inquisitorius. Next shot, we're at Nur, breaking into Fortress Inquisitorius.
Well, Colton, you saying this is your favorite on Disney Plus so far? They could kill
Disney
off
Plus 6-episode series.
6-episode series. Be careful, because they could kill off Kenobi next episode. For all we know,
You never know. I suppose that he could
Kenobi could die.
White guy.
You're right.
Listen, if we've learned anything from watching this show and then reading Twitter, Disney doesn't care about canon. They're ruining everything. They ruined my childhood.
Just spitting facts down there, Miles. My God, fuck Disney. No, I'm just kidding.
The actor change isn't just an actor change.
No, it's a person change.
It's like someone filled in for Obi-Wan because he really died in the show.
exactly.
The fact that they had Obi-Wan and Vader meet in between their fight on Mustafar and their fight on the Death Star, unforgivable. We need to burn Disney to the ground for that.
He literally says that one thing that ruins the entire scene. When I met you last, I was the student, but now I am the master. Man, fuck it.
Well, it could.
Do you not like fun?
Colton, but maybe on this next fight that they have, he's about to bitch the dudes. He's like, yeah, you still my student, bitch. And so, he could.
He's got to live through the fight.
That's how Disney is gonna like keep the canon
Keep the canon. Make it seem
Obi-Wan is gonna come in just absolutely.
You will always be my student, Anakin.
Vader. He's gonna stand over Vader's body, cut in half again, burning again on Mustafar. They're just gonna recreate the scene, and he's gonna say, "Hey, bitch, I'm still the master. Learn something," and then he's gonna fly away.
He's gonna slice each 3 of the limbs just like 1 inch more. Just to give him like a little bit more, you know.
He's gonna give him a quick arm fade.
Yep. Ooh, just get the last limb off, you know.
Yeah,
maybe just go 4 for 4.
But no, he might say something smooth, be like, "You still have much to learn, my student, my Padawan, my former apprentice," and then that's how Disney ties it to the "I was a student and you the master." Trust Disney. Don't trust Disney.
Vader's going to say that line again. He's like, "Last time I met you, I was the student, but you were the master." And he's going to go, he's going to be like, "Yeah, funny. Every word you just said in that sentence was wrong." But
no, I'm gonna kick your ass, boy.
Any hoozle during the journey to Nur, Kenobi reassures Tala that he will be all right with he's practicing some levitation. He's like, "Oh God, this shit hard." Ugh.
He's struggling, dude.
Yeah, and it's just one little thing, and Tala's like,
I'm really happy in the 30 minutes between them being on the ship and him as they land.
You got that shit figured out.
It took him 30 minutes. He remembered a lifetime of training. He went 30 minutes. He was like, "Oh God, I can't lift this pebble," and then suddenly he's like, "I am holding back the force of an ocean."
Which is supposed to be a testament to maybe we used to get this hopeless Obi-Wan, and it's like all I have to do in life is protect Luke. So
all I have to do is believe in myself.
Yeah, protect Luke. So seeing him, in that 30 minutes figure it out. Yeah, I know, you're like, "Oh my God, how did he just figure it out that quick?" But it's like he has something worth fighting for, something worth. He has a purpose, and that's to protect Leia in this rushing water that's about to just come in here and just drown them, So he's like, it could be just oh yeah. I mean, they could have not even thought that deep into it, but I just took it as no, when it comes to that man is willing to do whatever it takes. He's learned to, protect. Because at first he was like, when Bail came to him and was like, "Hey, we need to go get Leia, go get my daughter." He was like, "Man, she ain't important, man. I'm watching the GOAT right now, man. The future prospect."
"Man, fuck that kid."
Exactly. He's like, "Man, I'm watching the future prospect right now. I can't worry about you and yo."
Hey, this is the number 1 pick in 2024, bruh.
I'm watching the future 2082 first round pick.
Yeah, and
Leia Organa.
So we are seeing him get a bonding. Get a bonding and a love for Leia. He does treat her like it's his own daughter, or like it's his own. He's trying to see how important she really is. So maybe he figured it out because he had to in that moment. He had to. He lost her once. Not gonna lose. He lost her once when he was fighting Vader because of his weakness and his insolence. But now he's like, "I'm not gonna lose you again."
Now, you're right, Till. You're right, Till. I think we've seen on more than one occasion how the Force can work with a degree of your adrenaline pumping.
Tillman, quit making it make sense. I wanted a training montage, and I didn't get it. I wanted a Rocky training montage with Obi-Wan remembering how to swing a lightsaber and using the Force again.
Guys, do you forget who's... Sorry, Joe. I was going to say, okay, do you forget who's making this series? We're not getting a training montage. They literally said,
I was joking.
I know. But I'm like, yes, give that to us, because I swear, I'm telling you, they literally put it in the script. "I'm not the man I once was that you knew before." I swear they put that in there as an excuse to explain why Obi-Wan will not be swinging a lightsaber in coordinated fashion in this next fight.
Fuck as an excuse. They're not going, "You know what? We don't feel like making him good at being good at lightsabers.
We don't want to put effort
Maybe we'll
in.
just write this one line and that'll all make sense." Nah, this dude's been out of the fucking game for 10 years.
Nah.
And also, as we saw, he's clearly getting back into it.
Nah, I could be out of the game for 10 years and my pullout game is still strong.
Hey, man, if you've been out of that game for 10 years, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And I'm sorry, but your pullout game ain't gonna do shit because you going as soon as you
not 10 years, not 10 years dry, bro.
10 years dry. You're going
bro.
as soon as you get put in the
that
game.
Shit bailing on you.
You know, I'm tired of this. Nonetheless, I'm tired of this. Nonetheless.
Nevertheless, Tala says that some things take time to heal, and Kenobi's like, yeah, but some shit can't be forgotten. And Tala's like, yeah, well, you care about Leia, right? And he's like, yeah. She goes, forget that shit then.
Yeah, forget it, bitch.
Move on. And we cut then to the interrogation. Reva informing a handcuffed Leia that the Inquisitors intercepted a transmission on Balnab the previous year, which exposed a little network known as the Path. I was like, oh, this is dope. Like, this feels just ripe with spin-off opportunity. Am I wrong?
Ooh.
Like, the Path?
They definitely named it that so they can have a mini series, literally just called Star Wars: The Path.
Right.
And it's just gonna be like episodic,
based around Quinlan Voss.
Them saving younglings and
could even be animated. You know,
I feel like it was more of a sequel though. The Underground Railroad got ripped off in this episode by calling it The Path. Okay, it's more of a sequel, but go ahead.
No, you're right. You're right.
This is a galaxy far, far away, a long, long time ago, man. This is.
If anything, we ripped off of The Path.
Yeah.
To create the Underground Railroad.
Come on.
The third sister explains that the Inquisitors uncovered another safe house in 2 other systems. So this is not just the one place we saw. It's widespread, and she seeks Leia's help in locating the other members of the Path. And Leia's like, all right, yeah, I'll get to that. How did Obi-Wan die? And Riv was like, well, he was burned to death on Mario Puzo. And
Mario Pizza, I mean.
Mario Pizza.
He was burned in the ovens of Mario Pizza.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Ben. But Reva's like, yeah, so the other members of the Path abandoned Kenobi. So, you know what? You might as well just go ahead and tell me where they're at, and we'll return you to their family. You know, you just got to tell me where the Path is. And Leia replies, and after like a moment of contemplation, like she thinks about it for a second, then she gets real hardened in the face, and she's like, yeah, I don't know shit. Yeah, I plead the fifth, Judge. And Reva's like, all right, then. And we then
Carter.
cut. Yeah, we then cut to Tala's shuttle landing in Fortress Inquisitorius, and she mingles among the various Imperial officers and stormtroopers as she walks towards a checkpoint when she is questioned by one of these motherfuckers. And Tala states, I'm a Class C clearance, but you know what? Here's my cylinder. Here you go. And he scans the cylinder and is like, yeah, this isn't your sector. I can't let you in. And Tala's like, all right, what are you? What do you do? Who the fuck are you, guy?
I'm sorry, sir. What's your rank? How much are you paid? I make more goddamn money than you.
He said, bro, I run this floor. The entire Empire. I run this floor.
Said, bitch, I run a whole planet.
He doesn't even run the floor. He runs the security for the floor. Which I think kind of indicates just how shitty it is. He's just some fucking guy. And
he's just some guy.
Yeah, so you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and tell on you to the Grand Inquisitor. I'm gonna tell on you. And she's like, I got classified intelligence. You know what classified means, homie? I could get your ass killed right here, right now. And
I will have Vader come choke you right now
if
you want.
He says, yeah, all right. That's cool. Go ahead. And once they're inside, she contacts Kenobi, and he's swimming with that breathing apparatus. And man, seeing him with that with the little breathing
yes.
thing in his mouth, I was just like, the Phantom Menace lover in me is just coming. Cummies. And
cock.
Cummies on the
Tommy's from the cock.
But Tala guides Kenobi towards a port control. She's overridden it, and she's like, "You'll be able to get in here." And he goes on in and overpowers a stormtrooper, and he then enters the base. And meanwhile, Reva does a little mind probe of Leia, doing the whole fucking "I'm gonna get that shit out of you," and Leia's just sitting there like, "Yeah, what you getting? You got something? You got something from me?" And Reva's like, "I." And she turns around. Leia releases Lola. Big mistake. And Lola floats on by, but Reva goes ahead and catches that shit. And she reveals that she had a droid when she was younger, but it was taken from her.
I really want to know what was Leia's game plan here. What was her end game here with releasing Lola?
Lola gets out, goes get help,
stuns her.
But the way Lola was moving was like her game plan was, all right, I'm gonna release you, Lola, and you're just gonna fucking headbutt her.
Turned on Lola, and Lola was like, "Oh shit, where am I? Oh god!" And
like it fucking looked like Lola was trying to headbutt Reva, and that's why I was like, "What's the end game here?"
Lola was like, "I got this shit. I'm gonna. Oh shit. Oh fuck. Oh god damn it. All right,
hey, boss, don't worry. I got the shot, boss. Let me take it. I'm taking the shot."
But Reva catches that shit, and she reveals that she had a droid when she was younger, but it was taken from her, which made me think back to the whole potential Jedi Order youngling thing. Maybe she had a little droid companion back in the day, but it was taken from her potentially by the Jedi Order. I don't know. No attachment allowed. But elsewhere, Tala relays information about Leia's location within the fortress to Kenobi, and while she's sitting here at this little computer, she's confronted by an Imperial officer who's like, get on over here. We need to verify that identity of yours. And Tala goes ahead and leaves the comlink behind, and Kenobi's like, okay, Tala, I don't know shit about this place. I need your help, Tala. Come on. And he keeps on eluding some folks, a seeker droid, some stormtroopers. And after returning to her console, Tala contacts Kenobi with her comlink. She dispatched that Imperial trooper, choked his ass out. Super badass.
Looked like it was
came right back to her spot, picked up that comlink, and was like, "Yeah, all right. So Kenobi," and it was like, "Ah, fuck! Now you came back." Stormtroopers turn around. They're like, "You hear that? That was a sound that I'm sure was something. Let's look." And then Kenobi goes ahead and uses that old Force trick reminiscent of what we see in A New Hope when he's going to deactivate the fucking shits on the Death Star, the tractor beam. God, there it is. It was escaping me for that moment. But Tala reassures Kenobi after this that she had some company, but she's eliminated the threat. And,
she took care of business.
Yeah, she whooped a dude's ass. And meanwhile, Reva attempts to secure Leia's cooperation by claiming that the people she is trying to protect are not coming for her. Reva tells Leia that, she can't save herself. So, you know what? You might as well just help us out here. Help us out here. And Leia starts being like, okay, yeah, I'll give you what you want. Promise nobody will get hurt, though. And Reva's like, you
have my word.
Yeah, and Leia's like, can I ask my father?
No, she said we're all working together.
We're on the same side.
She's like, can I ask my dad? And Leia, she's like, if not, no, I won't be giving you shit. And Reva's like, all right, come on, get her, prepare her for the torture.
Hope you like pain.
Yeah, let's get this 10-year-old up in these shackles, hell.
Yeah, let's get her up in the shackles and and stick some stuff into her brain.
Super dark. And Leia's like, yeah, guess what, fuck boys? Now I'm really not telling you shit. Good job. And elsewhere, Kenobi uses a pass to gain entry into a little chamber marked with red Imperial symbols. And I was like, oh, this place looks like it's going to be dope. What's behind that wall? And
lots of dead people.
Bro.
What? Or who? Who?
A bunch of hey.
The younglings, bro.
A bunch of Jedi of the Fallen Order.
Master Anakin, what are we going to do? Headcanon. That
Skywalker. There are too many of them. What are we going to do?
It's even worse.
That is that kid.
Order 66, like, the kid's dead is, like, enough to be bad, but now they picked up their bodies and put them in these tanks.
Well,
like,
yeah,
after
it's like
they were dead.
we see a few other Jedi. I'm like, we get like a half of one on the far right of the screen as soon as they show that. I'm like 90% sure is Plo Koon. Not 100% sure. I didn't get a great look, but like it was my first thought. And then we see another fallen Jedi who we actually saw in the Clone Wars, and it was just like, no. And it was just painful. We see a little youngling, and it was like, God damn, man,
I don't know. I don't think they're just like picking up dead bodies and throwing them in there. I think these are like ones that they like captured and were like interrogating, and then just like died during interrogation, probably.
Who said they're dead? Who said they're dead, man?
Yeah, that could just be in stasis.
This is what did they?
Han
what did they do
Solo,
to?
bro.
Yeah, what was that called that they put Han Solo in?
Carbonite.
Yeah, it's just clear carbonite.
Yeah, just
They
carbonite.
froze him in a state of like most fearful, and it like just aids it like that. It's like a pyramid of fear that just fucking stacks. It's like a beacon of Sith power,
and your fear stays frozen.
Like Monsters Inc. type shit.
Yeah, they were like, we will harness your screams to power our city.
Exactly. But their fear stays frozen right there, so that
Fortress Inquisitorius is fueled by the screams of children.
I'm going to put that in the prediction.
And so that when they pull them out, they can just make them Inquisitors because they've been stuck in their fear, literally, for a fat minute.
I'm so happy, Joseph, that you're putting that it's Monsters Inc. I thought you were gonna put like a real like, oh, it's powered by the fear and the anger. It's just is Monsters Inc.
Love it. I love it. But we cut back to the stormtroopers fastening Leia into a torture harness, and Leia is like, "Help, help!" And it was like, man, this is kind of hard to watch. Like I know she's okay and shit. She makes it to the 3 movies after this, but goddamn,
shit, she makes it to the 6 movies after this.
Yeah, true.
I was like, this is why she kissed her brother. They're about to scramble her brains. Like,
but she got some real deep-rooted trauma.
Reva is determined here to extract that information from Leia, who she for some reason thinks knows things, and
so their whole like their thing earlier, like you guys were talking about, where they're like, she knows stuff, we have to go get her. I feel like they were freaking out less because they're like, she knows something for sure, but it was like, I mean, I don't know, we fucking helped her and we talked about a lot of shit. I might have accidentally said what planet we were on. I don't know. Sure. I don't remember. Sure. Yeah. And from Reva's point of view, it's just like, you were with them. You knew where they were going. Tell me where they went.
Fair. Yeah. And still, she knows something else.
And her, insistence of like, well, can I talk to my daddy first? Can I ask him if it's okay? Her acting like that has not, she's not going to get a lot of leeway of like, all right, maybe she doesn't know anything.
She's like, fuck you, bitch.
Eat shit and die.
Eat shit, fuck face.
But you're not going to get a whole lot of sympathy when every interrogation attempt is like, I might know something, but you're never going to find out. Eat shit, pussy.
5 seconds later, I'm not telling you jack squat. My daddy gonna whip your ass.
Where was y'all? What the fuck? But as the machines light up, the third sister gives Leia a final chance, but she refuses to cooperate. You know, Leia is down to ride for the cause from age 10.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I am sorry. I'm in her situation.
I am folding.
I'm folding on the flight to Fortress Inquisitorius.
I am not Leia. Leia built different.
Reva sits me down and she puts me in the scene. Be quiet. Don't say anything. Be like, listen, I'm gonna lay all my cards out on the table. They're going to this fucking planet. Here is everything I know. His name's Obi-Wan. He told me he was a Jedi. They're at Jabin. She's lying to you. Here's this lady's name.
Here's basically, my father Bail Organa is aiding the Jedi in pretty massive ways. He is founding a rebellion.
Listen. I would have kept some cards in my pocket and waited, seen if she was happy with giving up Obi-Wan. If she wasn't, then I'm selling my parents out.
No. Demand a pony at Leia's age, then sell your parents out.
Oh yeah, no. Get back. Say, Dad, can I have a pony? He says no. You're like, hey, Reva, my dad's aiding and abetting Jedi. Get his ass.
Yeah, this man's a Jedi sympathizer. He won't get me a fucking horsey.
He has to be on the bad side.
He's got to be a bad guy. But sensing that Leia is in danger, Kenobi asked Tala to create a distraction, and I think it's funny.
Sensing.
Sensing.
No, yeah. I'm reading from fandom. It says sensing Leia's in danger. He hears her yell for help.
Obi-Wan, help me!
Yeah, exactly. So
I was gonna say
questionable.
He did sense it with his
least.
sense of hearing. Though.
I mean, yeah, okay, yes.
Okay, Joseph.
He sensed it, but saying Obi-Wan sensed she was in danger is like he was like, I feel a disturb. My spidey senses are tingling. No, this was. I'm hearing a child screaming my name.
Leia is in danger.
I have sensed Leia has shit her pants. Is shitting her pants.
I sense Leia is about to be stabbed by a machine.
Oh no! Oh, this shit stink.
He sensed it through his hearing and his smell. Maybe even taste.
Hello there, Reva. Are you aware that she smells of shit?
No, there, Reva.
She has pants full of shit right now.
She has a full diaper right now, Reva. You might want to get that checked out.
Oh my. Hello there. Sensing Leia is in danger, Kenobi asks Tala to create a distraction and
pulled in a cool George Takei at the end there. Oh my.
As two needles approach Leia, an officer in the interrogation chamber, comes on in and is like, yeah, I got a message. Says it's urgent. And Reva's like, yeah, that's enough to keep me from torturing this child. I was so dead set on making sure this child suffers. It can wait a second.
I was seconds away from relishing in this young child's screams of agony. But you're saying something urgent has come up. Okay, I'll be back. Don't move.
I'll be right back, all right? I've got shit to do.
Leia, don't let Obi-Wan save you from this. I'll be right back to torture you.
Yep. In our galaxy, that would just be considered child abuse. But you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. This is a different galaxy. But
shit, maybe Star Wars ain't so bad.
I think it's kind of child abuse in any galaxy.
No,
I think if you, I am of the mind that if
they're on to something in the Star Wars galaxy.
I personally am of the mind that if a child is abused, it is child abuse.
That's not abuse.
Colton over
literal
here.
torture.
Typing hot
Colton
take.
over here with
his
pro-child agenda.
Colton, then the Jedi are kidnappers. But it's not kidnapping when they come and say we're taking your kid.
Their parents gave them up.
We could go on a whole other thing about how the Jedi take children from their homes at a young age.
Listen.
That is thoroughly flawed. We could definitely go with that.
Their parents gave them up. Sure, it was, they gave them up to the Jedi who were like, hey, listen, if you don't give us your kid, who knows?
Kill you one day.
Maybe he might kill you. Maybe everyone might die. So who knows? Maybe you want to give him up to us.
If you want to be a good guy, go ahead and hand him over.
Man, they literally say taken from their parents. I'm just saying, instead of kidnapped, they say, I was taken from my parents. You were kidnapped. in this galaxy. But go ahead.
No, they were just taken under heavy persuasion.
They were children who were they were kids who were napped. But Reva, Grant's is like, all right, fine, I'm gonna go check this shit out, and she's like, all right, Tala, speak now, and Tala claims that the Path insurgents operate from Florum in the Surtur sector, using a salvage business as a front, and Tala advises the third sister to send Imperial forces immediately to crush the network, and Reva's like, come on, dude, you can't have thought that was gonna work.
Come on, you think I'm that fucking stupid?
Nah, come on now, Tala.
Come on, I can tell whenever an 11-year-old is lying to me. You think I can't tell when
you
you're
think
lying
I can't
to me?
tell when you're lying to me? Leia's in there lying her fucking ass off. Leia's telling the 100% truth. Meanwhile, Kenobi's like, you know what? I'm gonna turn these lights off and make this shit dope as fuck. He enters the interrogation chamber and he takes out both the stormtrooper sentries, all stealth-like, with nothing but the blue blade to light up the room. And he frees Leia from the torture harness, and Leia's like, "Oh shit, he lives! He is risen!" And he tells him that she didn't sell out anything. She held it down for the cause. She don't know what the cause is, but she knows it ain't worth telling the Empire shit.
But she don't know what the cause is, but she knows she ain't no fucking snitch.
Yeah,
but
she ain't about to rat. And I fucking love that about Leia.
I love it.
God damn.
But absolute cap. Every person in their right mind is folding immediately.
And Obi-Wan was like, I know. He's like, I know you wouldn't have said anything.
Oh yeah, like he's like, okay,
he's like, yeah,
I know. Don't you worry about a thing. I'm chilling. I know you ain't no snitch. And
otherwise, you're gonna get this blade too, homie.
Hey, he walks in there. He puts the blade to Leia's throat and goes, "You tell her shit. You tell her anything."
Shout out to the second stormtrooper though who wanted smoke. Yeah, lightsaber noise. Shout out to the second stormtrooper though, because he really was like, "Where are you? Show yourself!" Like he was like ready. I said, "Bro, what are you doing?" Like I would have took off wherever the door. I'm running through the dark until I run into the wall or the door, and this dude wanted smoke.
This dude want the smoke, but back in that other room, Reva is questioning how Leia and Kenobi could have possibly escaped an Imperial checkpoint on Mapuzo, specifically Tala's checkpoint. And she's like, you see, not only do they think I am a spy on you, but I am a spy on them.
I am actually a quadruple agent.
Much to think about. Now
where does that quadruple start?
I loved it. I loved that energy. She's just grasping at straws.
Yeah,
she's like, as a matter of fact, they think that I am a spy for them, but I'm actually a spy for you on them. So I infiltrated the Path, and Kenobi's on Florum. Trust me, Kenobi's on Florum. But just in this moment, Kenobi and Leia are spotted, and as Reva orders her troops to take Tala to interrogation, the fortress's alarms start going off.
I am so disappointed. Whenever she was like, you see, I can guarantee you Kenobi is on Florum right now. And it cut and it showed them walking through the door. I wanted so badly for them to walk out the door into the room that they were having that conversation in. Like just walk out the wrong door and then like Kenobi and Leia just standing there with Reva with like them two talking to each other.
It's such a moment from like a Lego Star Wars thing where like they walk in and they're like,
Yeah, I wanted that moment. It would have been the dumbest moment in the series, but I would have loved
special,
it.
Though. Would have been memorable at the very least. And but Kenobi contacts Tala via comlink, inadvertently distracting her stormtrooper captors. And this allows Tala to break free and then take them out with her blaster. She's like, you know what? Fuck these bitches. I'm out. Tala just continues to be hard with it. I fucking love Tala. Definitely emerging as one of my favorites from this show. And Kenobi keeps on using his lightsaber to take out these seeker droids and stormtroopers in the fortress corridors, and they flee into a tunnel. And as we get our first live action purge trooper here, following Reva, And I was like, okay, Jedi Fallen Order out the ass right now, bro. I'm loving it. I'm loving every second of it. And these stormtrooper reinforcements close in on them. And Kenobi keeps deflecting their blaster bolts, sealing the blast door at the end of their tunnel. And he's accidentally knocked one of these bolts into a window. Unfortunately, they are underwater. It is only now a matter of time before this bitch is flooded. And they die. So we have a problem on our hands. Leia sees that and goes, oh, that could be a problem, mayhaps. It starts splintering. And she's like, Ben, you need to do something about that. So he uses the Force to delay the cracking of this window. And I was like, fuck yeah. This shit was so cool. Seeing the water leak through and it kind of ripple off of the wall. God, that shit was dope. But then
lightsaber in the other hand, still deflecting.
Still going hard with it. Still going brazy with it. And he's like, Tala, take her. Get the fuck out of here. I'll hold it down. And I'm just like, again, this man's a G. I love him. I love him to death. And at this moment, I'm loving plot armor. It's like, I feel the stakes in the moment, But there's also this nagging voice in the back of my head going they literally there are two characters in this that for sure are gone.
That you cannot die here.
Yeah, they are
but
chilling. 100%.
In all fairness, I was really convinced the entire episode, until they finally escape at the end, that Tala was going to die here.
I thought
I was fully convinced that this was the last
about
time
the characters like Tala and and Sully and Wade and fucking Roken. They are important, because they are these rebellious motherfuckers who you automatically connect with because they are of some sort of faction of their own rebellion.
Yeah, and
therefore you want them to succeed, but there's got to be casualties in this war.
Yeah, and they're also important because they're our only source of, if a character is going to die, it has to be one of them, unless they really pull just a wild card out of left field, and the last episode, Vader and Obi-Wan and Leia all die.
Yeah, but
that's my prediction.
Like Joseph said, actually, you think about nobody's safe. And
we cut back to Tatooine, and Luke's just laying there lifeless. No explanation.
No, Luke is laying there lifeless. Owen standing over his body, just holding a lightsaber.
Yeah, but
his hair is starting to turn white. He's holding a blue saber. He is old Ben Kenobi.
Which will make sense. Like Joseph said, guys, it's a different actor in A New Hope through Return of the Jedi. For Obi-Wan, it's a different actor for Leia.
That's not true.
It's a different actor. So Leia, the Leia that we're seeing now in Obi-Wan, they're not safe. They could die.
They could die.
Yeah, they're gonna get recast.
We don't know.
Carrie,
we don't know.
We do not know.
We don't know.
God, could you imagine the just absolute uproar that would happen if the last episode we see just Leia, Vader, Luke, and Obi-Wan all die?
Yeah.
It would be. I would live for that. That would be the happiest day in my life.
Oh, I'd laugh
watching
Twitter.
I'd
also be like,
melt down.
Okay, yeah, that might be it for me.
Yeah, we just know
13th reason.
13th reason, 14th, 15th, 16th. I can't count past that, but
that's my max. That's my limit.
66th reason.
Commence the 66th reason. But
no, the 66th reason. That's where the Jedi all kill themselves.
But this is
the Purge Trooper and Stormtroopers force their way through the door. And Kenobi goes ahead and releases this shattered window, causing the tunnel to flood. But, he does it with a force push down the wall so that it pops open near them instead of near him. And he goes ahead and he keeps on fucking running out that bitch. And it's like, yeah, make it, buddy. I know you will.
Yeah. But like I said,
I know you have to.
He has to. But this is the moment that we saw where, yes, he figured it out in 30 minutes. He had something worth saving, worth fighting for. This is a transition of character development and not being a little bitch that we saw in the first episode that we saw with Kenobi. Because honestly, first episode Kenobi, he would have let the water come in there and just swam out with his little mouthpiece. He was chilling. He could have just, just chilled and let the thing fill up. No, he chose to fight and save Leia. Okay.
In here with some dynamite commentary. But, the trio escape onto the other side of the tunnel, and they seal the blast door, and Tala and Kenobi manage to reach the hangar, with Kenobi donning some Imperial coat with Leia hiding underneath, very reminiscent of Din and Grogu, like with Grogu peeking out from his little bag, like.
Except Grogu's hella small. Small. Nobody saw that shit. Nobody saw that.
Grogu's, the size of a football. Meanwhile, Leia's just like, "Ooh, I'm hiding underneath your coat, Obi-Wan." He has a 3 foot or a 4 foot tall just object just sticking out the side of his coat.
Guys, there's only one person who would recognize it, because all the stormtroopers are fucking idiots. They are perfectly fine walking through there with the whole person being hidden.
I'd be like, damn, look at that ass. That must be damn, because Jelly don't shake like that.
No, are you kidding me? The stormtroopers all notice. They just don't care. They're looking to be like, "Hello, Obi-Wan, Leia. Goodbye, see you later."
Nice ass.
My point. Yeah, like they're just fucking idiots. They're just like,
"Not my fucking job. I don't want to die today."
Yeah, this is above my pay grade.
Hey, Obi-Wan. Hey, listen, I got a ship for you. Already fueled up, right over there. Just go ahead and go that way.
Hop on in.
I'm just gonna take a step back.
That right there, that's the Empire's ass right there.
Meanwhile, the fifth brother is ordering that Fortress Inquisitorius be locked down, and he's like, "That motherfucker Reva, man, that's it. I'm done." And he's accompanied by the fourth sister. Last week I speculated which sister this might be, and this week we learn it is the fourth. I questioned if it was the seventh, but I realized I was wrong because I saw images of the seventh online, and she appeared in Rebels. And it was, I immediately remembered her and was like, shit. So it wasn't the seventh. I'm an idiot. But before Kenobi and Leia can escape, Reva and several Purge troopers and stormtroopers catch up with them. Traitor! I loved it. I loved every second of this. Reva denounces Tala as a traitor to the Empire, and Tala's like, "You know what? This was never who I was. I was never an Imperial. This was never that. And Reva's like, well, then you're going to die for nothing. Tells them to shoot, and before the Imperials can carry out their execution, shout out to these T-47 air speeders piloted by Wade and Sully, bro. They come, oh, man.
The shit haulers.
The rebellion sacrifice, man. I'm a sucker for the rebellion sacrifice. Like, I will eat that shit up.
Didn't even know he was sacrificing himself. R.I.P. my man. He thought he had made it out of there.
Yeah, I mean, like, they knew they had the potentiality of dying by going there in the first place. Well, yeah,
but he's like, all right, I'm clear, I'm good, I'm right behind you.
I'm behind you, Sully. This is awesome.
No. So if I'm ever like, I don't know, like in a car, like, me and I come save someone and I like peel out with a car and I'm like, and they're like, all right, did you make it out? I will never utter the words, "I made it, I'm right behind you." That is the biggest death sentence in movie history.
No,
that's like, yeah. 40 feet behind you, there's someone with a goddamn rocket launcher just waiting to.
Exactly, but he chose death. No, that man did not think he was getting away. That man sat there shooting at an Inquisitor, thinking he was chilling. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Leave! But his sacrifice helped buy time for the first ship to get away. So you know what?
Maybe first ship should have turned around. Both sit there and unload on the seventh
this
sister.
Dude might be, to date, the single most important sacrifice we've seen.
Oh, to this date. I was about to say, bro, nobody in Rogue One deserves such disrespectful comment. But up to this date, I got you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Without this dude, Rogue One ain't even got the chance to get the plans to Leia.
You ain't lying, but they would have got it to somebody named Jeff besides Leia. But go ahead.
Name Jeff. But
I feel like someone had to have sacrificed himself somewhere in the first three movies,
somewhere along the line.
Qui-Gon. If Qui-Gon never would have vouched for Anakin,
I mean, he never really sacrificed himself. He just got killed.
Just got
He just got. Yeah, got.
Okay, but this dude didn't sacrifice himself. He got flying away with the bomb that thrown on the back of the ship.
But that was. Let's talk about how this might have been. We'll get here in just a couple seconds. But Tala, Kenobi, and Leia take advantage of this chaos to flee, and Tala and Kenobi gun down a bunch of stormtroopers on the way out. And I was like, this is one of my favorite action sequences so far in this series. I loved this shit. It was so fucking awesome, and they gunned down a mouse droid during their escape, which was just kind of funny. And Sully lands her airspeeder to evacuate Tala, Kenobi, and Leia. They all conveniently hop in one of these tiny ass ships, and Reva attempts to pursue them, but Wade pulls up and is like, and this is why Wade, this is the sacrifice. She was going after them. And Wade said, I gotta distract her. I gotta pound her with these blaster bolts while they pull off. And
I gotta pound her
with these blaster bolts so they can make it off. And as that airspeeder flees Fortress Inquisitorius, along with Wade trailing behind, Reva uses the Force. This might have been the single funniest use of the Force to kill a man in the history of Star Wars. Just being like, you know what? Yeah. Throwing that shit.
Just so damn unfortunate for this dude.
Oh yeah. And like the aim on her, just fucking incredible. Like Tom Brady could never.
I wouldn't doubt him. Don't doubt him.
Disrespect, bro. Don't disrespect. Especially in the fourth quarter. Stop.
Y'all actually taking offense to me comparing Tom Brady to a fucking Inquisitor?
No, you're comparing an Inquisitor to Tom Brady, and that's fucking
Tom Brady can throw a dime, man. That's what he's known for.
I'm going to tell you right now, if Tom Brady had the Force, he would voluntarily become an Inquisitor. Do that all on his own.
No.
Yes. He'd do that all on his own.
No.
Exactly.
But honestly, though, why didn't...
Don't doubt him.
Yeah.
Doubt him.
Don't doubt him.
He would be the best Inquisitor because he would have skipped the whole Jedi training phase.
That's the goat.
He would have gone straight to the Inquisitor training part.
Did nobody?
Bro would have walked in there with a fucking football, chucked it at Darth Vader, and gone, "I'm Vader now, bitch."
Oh wait. Did nobody think Reva was gonna use the Force to just grab the ship? I
thought such things, but I think she would have had Wade not pulled up on them.
Well, I mean, or even Wade show. I just feel like, you know what? Never mind. I'm just not. Reva's soft. Go ahead, though.
Reva's soft.
Well,
Reva's soft.
Also, how
we've
many people
watched...
have we seen grab a ship and hold it?
Ray did it, and she's soft.
We've seen. Who else did it? Who was the second person?
You just say Ray's softer than Reva?
Yes.
She's only the god.
I'm sorry. The woman of Palpatine blood, trained by Luke and Leia.
Yeah, she's only like
softer than Reva.
Granddaughter.
Yes. Luke didn't even train her, but go ahead.
Yeah, only like the most powerful blood of like in the entire saga, Palpatine. I don't know.
Oh my god,
that's not that powerful.
Sorry, cue the Ray quotes. I don't know who I am. Where are you? Stop! Don't! I miss you. I don't know who my parents are.
I was going to go down to Toshi Station and pick up some power converters. Fuck you. We can do this all day.
Excuse me? The disrespect.
We can do this all day.
My name's Skywalker. No, read the birth certificate, bitch. It's Palpatine. Go ahead.
This is a conversation for another
I love
day.
this. This is so funny.
For another day.
Ray's horrible. Go ahead.
Okay, but no, more importantly, who was the other person that we've seen do that? Because I knew Ray did it.
Star Killer.
Ahsoka.
Okay, Joe, Star Killer.
Yeah,
Vader.
We've seen two like strong people in the Force do it, and also we've not seen like someone just grab starships that often. I doubt Reva's first thought was, "Let me just grab this ship as it's flying away from me." She's thinking, "Let me just destroy it."
Tractor beam.
I mean, Ray thought
I will become the tractor beam.
I mean, Miles, Ray thought to do it, and she's dumb. So I mean,
he's dumb.
God,
it was Ray's first thought.
I'm gonna pause the recording, and you can leave.
That's discrimination. Hello, Twitter.
It's not.
Twitter.
It's not.
It's
not for the reasons you speak of.
Discriminating against the black. No.
So moving on.
Moving on. Nevertheless, she goes ahead and throws that shit at Wade, knocks him out of the air, almost as effective as grabbing him and pulling him back in. Goes ahead and kills him, causing it to explode. And Sully is like, fuck, man, that shit sucked. Oh, well. And,
oh, well.
I'm going to get these people to safety. And the fifth brother scowls at Reva like, are you fucking kidding me? Again? We're letting this shit just happen? We're just letting this shit happen? And, we cut to Vader being like, oh, you're in fucking trouble.
Dude, he was fucking stomping up in there.
I warned you what would happen if you failed.
Oh my god, he was walking up in there with authority, dude.
Bro,
Reva was scared, man.
If I was the dude behind Vader, Joseph, if I was the dude behind Vader trying to keep up with him, like, oh shit, this nigga move.
We fast walk.
Okay,
all right.
He's pissed.
He's doing a little shoulder thing. He's like, okay.
Y'all don't keep up, y'all dead. We coming.
All right, yeah, goddamn, man. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, damn.
Yeah, no, he wasn't fucking around. He force chokes Reva, lifts her up in the air, and he's like, I'm gonna kill you. Because you failed. And Reva's like, I did it on purpose? and Vader's like, all right, you know what? I'm known to be quite reasonable.
Continue. I'll hear you out this time.
I'm known to be one of the more reasonable people in the galaxy. Go ahead and speak.
Speak your mind.
That one sentence didn't sound too good. I let them go. Say some more so I can enjoy killing.
Yeah, he's like, all right, so I'm gonna need you to elaborate on that because
the fuck you mean you let
either
them
you
go
really
on
fucked up or you're really smart, and there's no in between.
I loved this. Okay, one thing that I will say about this episode, they really got the grasping for straws down to a fucking key.
Oh, dude, it was fantastic. They're like, I'm going to die if I don't say the right thing here.
No, you see, I'm actually a spy for you spying on them, but they think I'm a spy for them spying on you. So I'm like a triple agent here. And then Reva, I'm just like, no, I let them go on purpose.
I put a
does that do it for
this.
you?
At least she actually did it. She's like, I promise the Empire will soon uncover the location of the path and Kenobi. And Vader's like, all right, seems I underestimated you.
I did like the whenever he's like, are you sure it's with him? About the tracker. In my head, I was like, damn, like how does she know for sure it's with him? And then it, what it cuts to at the end, I was like, bummer.
Like Vader, Vader
hurts,
giving
man.
Grace. I was like, what? Giving grace and
once again, Disney ruining canon.
Anakin, hey, that's Anakin shining through, bro. That's Anakin shining.
Don't say that.
Anytime Vader like doesn't seem like Vader, you can just be like,
Doesn't
hey,
seem
it was
like
Anakin.
a massive dick.
You're
like, yeah, Anakin was just kind of bleeding through in that moment. He was like, it was his first interaction with Kenobi in 10 years. Maybe there's this thing harping at him from his past. He's like. He's been contemplating it a lot more, and I mean he's Vader, so he
snapped a kid's neck last episode.
Yeah.
Hey, hush.
He's not.
He hadn't seen Obi-Wan yet.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal.
That was pre Obi-Wan.
Pre-sighting of Obi-Wan, but
now that he's seen Obi-Wan, he's good again.
After Vader's like, you know what? Fine, sure. I must have underestimated you. The fifth brother's like, excuse me? What? You were literally Darth Vader. Are you kidding me?
You're about to kill her.
This was my one plan to kill her.
He's like, dude, this place was almost destroyed. And Vader's like, dude, I really don't give a shit. I'm
sorry,
but Reva, I'm not going to tolerate any more mistakes. And
is this like, Fortress Vader on Mustafar? Oh no, it's just it's just Fortress Inquisitorius.
This is.
I don't give a fuck.
Castle.
This is my system, bitch.
This is castle number 2. Thank you very much. I do not care.
But the brother Lily,
Vader's like, sure, I gave this place an awesome name, but I don't care about it all that much.
Vader said, I'll tell you what, They wouldn't come do my castle like that. No way.
I mean, just
You know that ain't about to
me
happen over here.
personally, I would never let someone do my castle like this. But I mean, that's just me though.
You're just like,
Yeah.
fuck these hoes.
But yeah, Colton, the brother, what was like, I like the part where the brother said that, and Vader didn't even get a chance to answer. She said, "Nothing matters but Kenobi," and Vader snapped his head so quick. He said, "Oh, the fuck? Okay."
Yeah, he said,
Okay.
nothing matters but Kenobi, Mr. Fifth Brother, and Vader was like, all right. She kind of spitting facts though.
Yeah, that's a message I can get behind.
She's saying some shit I can get behind.
He snapped his head so
you know what?
quick.
Nothing matters but Vader.
I feel bad for the Fifth Brother, man. He had like an ace up his sleeve to take Reva out, and then
I got a question about the general. I don't know. Ranking amongst the Inquisitors, do they all just get random fucking names? Because like
no,
the third
it's
sister,
definitely like a what it's definitely like a power. Wait, what number is Reva?
the third. But
okay,
here's the
never
thing:
mind, yeah.
The brother
Here's the
said he
thing.
was next in line.
He said he was the next in line, and he's fifth.
I think it's
fuck
probably
is
just
that?
like the timing in which they joined.
All right,
Like,
sure,
it's-
but now hear me out. So there were two other Inquisitors when the Grand Inquisitor got Reva out of the gutter.
Yeah.
Like, should I remind you were the lowest of us?
Well, it was. I mean, it's probably like you were the third one here, but you're a pussy and no one respects you.
All right. Fair.
Like, I mean,
I can't argue
yeah.
it because we don't know shit about it.
I feel like it's probably just like you may have been the third one here, but you're also just objectively worse than I am.
Maybe it's how many hot dogs you can eat in 1 minute.
That's
It could be.
You're
We
probably
don't know
right.
that it's not. We don't know that it's
That's
not.
how they determine the ranking. They're like, all right, every year on the 4th of July,
Glizzy.
Vader stands above them at Fortress Inquisitorius, his Coney Island, and goes, you know what? Everyone eat as many hot dogs as they can in a minute. That's how the Grand Inquisitor got his job.
We will now commence
that
the
man could
glizzy.
He has two
house
stomachs.
some wieners.
He is a
He has two
glizzy
stomachs.
gobbler.
We will now commence the glizzy.
Ooh, theory that he actually does get thinner because he lost one of his stomachs and now he can't eat as much, so he will get
And
thinner and look
That's
like
why
he
his
did
head.
in Rebels.
That's why his head is so wide. He's so good at eating hot dogs
Yeah.
that he's just gained all
with
that
his
weight.
two stomachs. Now he only has
The
one
Grand
stomach.
Inquisitor is the Grand Glizzy
Gobbler,
Gladiator.
Mm-hmm.
Inquisitor.
But meanwhile, Sully's airspeeder is picked up by a larger ship, and Roken asks, hey, I'm glad you all made it back. Where's our homeboy? Where's Wade?
Where's my
Sully's
main man?
Sully goes, yeah, we're really soldiers now. And I was like, oh, that was hard.
Did Sully say that or didn't Tala say that?
Tala said,
Oh yeah,
I
Tala goes, I guess we are soldiers.
They're sitting there in silence, and Tala just goes, pats her on the shoulder. Shit, I guess you guys are soldiers now.
Yeah, that was like, come on, Tala. Now's not the time.
She said like that line. I was like, damn. I feel like
Sully,
read the
Sully's
room,
sitting
man.
there like sad as fuck. She goes, guess you're soldiers now. And Sully goes, what?
What the fuck?
Excuse me? Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe my fucking husband just died? I don't know.
but you alive though.
But you alive though. We gonna fight. And Tala offers her a drink while Kenobi sits beside Leia, and Leia looks up at him and takes his hand, and we watch the little, Kenobi's comforting her, and I was like, bro, I can't.
And to think he wanted to bang her mom.
Fuck you. No, he didn't.
On God, he did.
And
We all
because
wanted
now
to.
Obi-Wan Kenobi had a thing for Padme, which breaks canon. Disney's ruining Star Wars.
Just a distinct, just a fucking bewildering lack of media literacy to have that take. Like, oh my God, how fucking idiotic do you have to be to go, oh, this clearly means Obi-Wan must want to fuck Padme.
No, I'm with Miles. He showed up in her house and tried to get her to get rid of her husband. He's turned to the dark side, Cap. He's just saying that because he's trying to get it.
Tillman has a point here. Obi-Wan was literally that's why Anakin was so mad.
You fucking Anakin sympathizers, bro. You turned her against
Anakin knew
right.
that Obi-Wan was trying to get some of that ass.
Oh my God, episode 3 said, you have done that yourself with your small dick. He said it, I swear.
That was the line.
That was the line.
You have done that yourself. With you and your little penis, Anakin.
Anakin, with you and your little penis, I will make you a cuck.
You are the chosen one. It was said that you would fuck your wife, not leave her.
Not let me do it for you.
Bring balance to the cheeks.
Not leave them in darkness.
No,
this is
no.
really gone. This is
You
really gone.
fucking cuck. But we then watch Leia's Lola go ahead and beep and glow red, and it was like, oh no, Lola is the tracker now.
Wherever he goes, it will follow.
So damn, man, let's get to this rating. I'm feeling good about this. For me, for those who are joining us for the first time, it's an odd place to jump in.
Odd place to jump in. Go watch the first 2 episodes.
Yeah, where we cover the first 3 episodes, and you'll really catch up. But for those that don't know, we got three ratings. We got on a scale of 5 stars, how much we enjoyed it. On a scale of 5 stars, how well it fulfills its genre. And on a scale of 5 stars, just how good is it critically. That's acting, soundtrack, filmography, cinematography, just general filmmaking. The shit all lumped in there. We combine that, take the mean, and we make that our overall score for the episode. And I think we're about to get quite the high one. For the enjoyment here, I'm at a firm 5 out of 5.
4.485. Love it.
2.
Elaborate.
Disney has broken Star Wars canon.
Okay. Tillman.
No, I'm a 5.
4.85. Do you actually feel that
for
way?
Film,
I want to hear why.
For film or enjoyment?
Enjoyment.
For enjoyment.
Enjoyment, 4.8.
All right. Why is that?
Oh wait, I didn't see what we had for previously. Okay, if we put 5, I'm putting 5. If we have 5 for the first, wow, you guys put 2 and 3 as 5s. Okay, all right. Well, I'm gonna put it as. Then it has to be a 5 if you guys put that, because I enjoyed the 3rd episode better than the second one, and you guys put the second one as 5. So I enjoyed this one better than the second one.
Say, you guys, you were there for that one.
Yeah, you were there for episode 2.
Oh, I didn't agree to that. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, 4.85, because 5 and 6 are about to be crazy, and that's going to be my 5.
Okay,
See,
don't
matter. It don't matter what's to come. How do you feel about
what's
this?
to come? Episode 1, we based it off of episode 2 a little bit because they came out at the same time.
This
but
isn't
as
getting
a standalone.
Yeah, unless I see a 1v1 with somebody, it's not getting a 5 for me. I enjoyed the episode 4.85, but that 0.15 comes from some lightsabers clashing. So we're gonna put 4.85 for me. It was a great.
That's fair. That's fair, Till. I hear you out.
Yeah,
we're gonna go ahead and keep it at a 5 out of 5, though. And now we're gonna go on to the genre rating.
Whoa,
this is another 5 out of 5.
That's fair, Tillman. I just don't respect you.
You have to average it out.
Democracy.
Change it now. Change it now. Discrimination. Change it now.
Nah. Okay. Let's take a vote. Who thinks this is a 5 out of 5? All right. 3 out of the 4 of us. You know what? Let's give it a 4.95.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Deal.
Fuck it.
Because I do think I did really enjoy this episode. I think I enjoyed the previous, especially the last episode more.
That's
because of the fact that
you know?
because of the fact that I agree with the lightsabers and the fighting I enjoyed, but I did thoroughly enjoy this because it's the whole, like it was like Joseph said earlier. It felt like a Clone Wars episode, and I enjoyed that.
And you know what? That's fair. You know, I do need to be more open to the opinions of others. You know, just because this so far for me has been my favorite episode of the series. I think that.
What? Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, you know, I thought last episode fucking rocked. You know, obviously I loved seeing Vader and Obi-Wan clash together again, but getting them in separate scenes this episode both doing their own shit. Like, while I love seeing them come together, I thought there's just more opportunity for them to thrive in their own setting before coming back together in another big, massive meeting in the rescuing
6
of Leia. Like, that being we're saving Leia Organa from Fortress Inquisitorius. Obi-Wan is storming that shit with nothing but the help of 3 people.
She
4
needs
people.
She needs to figure her shit out. Always getting rescued by a Jedi. God.
Facts. But, so that brings us to the critical rating. I mean, I think genre rating's safe to say 5 out of 5.
I think, honestly, Joseph, just go fill in the 5s for the other episodes too, because it's Star Wars.
I mean, they're going to be 5s.
Yeah.
It's Star Wars. It's its own genre. But
the only way that changes is if they kill all 4 of those characters. So, Luke, Leia, Obi-Wan, and Vader in the last episode. A genre immediate 20.
Speak now. Speak facts. But critically, let's get into that. I thought that from a strictly filmmaking perspective, it might not have been as tight as the last episode. I thought that the last episode made some choices that resonated with me on a purely visual level greater than this episode.
Yeah.
I did love this. I did love this episode, and I think that this got back to what the first 2 episodes did really well. That was my only complaint with the last episode, is that it didn't feel like a contained.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a self-contained arc.
Yeah, and this one,
yes, it did
more so than any other episode in the series so far. Felt like a self-contained arc, and that's why this 6-episode series has been so fucking good. Is because when it comes to the Marvel ones, my big complaint is that they are 6
two
parts
episodes
of a movie.
1 episode of something happens, 2 episodes of planning, another episode of something happens. Yeah.
So film 4.15.
I think it's got.
Oh no!
Yeah,
no,
it's
better than the second one. At the very least.
So what I'm going to say,
the visuals in the second one were nice though.
No, don't get me wrong. And this is a fair conversation to have, how we weigh these things. Like, personally, I hold the self-contained story arc for an episode of television to a higher degree than I do the filmmaking of it. And this one stood very, very well on its own. The filmmaking was really, really great. I do think that I liked the story this put forth more than the second episode. I thought the second episode was fucking awesome. It was kind of similar in the general idea, trying to get Leia away from the grasp of the Inquisitors and bounty hunters and stuff in that episode too. But now we are storming the fortress. We are making this thing happen, not just trying to keep her out of danger. Like, we have to act on it.
Yeah, and the pacing of it too was very well. It wasn't like crazy.
Hey, I'm gonna make like a really, really, like, this has, let's say, 5 minutes of credits generously, 33 minutes of runtime excluding credits. Have we watched a better 30 minutes of Star Wars television ever?
Damn.
Like, just 30 minutes.
A Clone Wars episode for sure, probably. Them 30 minutes was lit.
They were lit, but they were designed as arcs. They were designed to go
as a
fully
self-contained arc. Well, no, because there really hasn't been as many self-contained arcs in.
And like, the only other examples we can go to are The Mandalorian, The Bad Batch, The Book of Boba Fett. I don't know that we have gotten one that kind of hits the way that this does in 30 minutes.
Oh,
the fact that this episode is 30 minutes is nuts. Yeah. That's they got so much in and so much impact so quickly on us. So if y'all don't think this is critically as good as the last episode, I'll hear it out. So I think it's every bit as good.
I was going to say, I think critically, as good, if not maybe a little bit better than the last episode. My one thing that I don't like about this episode is, having played Fallen Order, and I saw some complaints about this whenever I was going through Twitter. The visuals of Fortress Inquisitorius, of that, and then also the ocean shot that they showed of as he swam under the water, I felt like that could have looked a lot cooler.
Oh, don't get me.
I feel like the visuals
that...
of the planets and that stuff. Like I saw a complaint and someone was like, like why are you complaining about it? We're still seeing these cool visuals, and it showed like, especially from the prequels, it showed visuals of like the planets from the prequels, and those were just absolute nuts, absolute.
Especially after what we got last episode.
And this, yes, and this, the visuals in this, like it was a really cool scene seeing Fortress Inquisitories coming out of the water, but I felt like it could have looked cooler.
Y'all do what y'all want. I say 4.45.
4.45. I'll absolutely hear that.
I'd go that. I could go a little bit higher as well. I'm good.
Yeah, I could see this going up as high as a 4.65.
Because I think as far as the filmmaking between this one and the last episode, this one was good, and the pacing and the storyline, and then just like how it moved us, to go in and save Leia, but like how on a darker, this was on a brighter scale, but like on a darker scale of how the last one was made in filmmaking wise, like storyline and plot, like that last episode made me feel some type of way. Like last week, just I was sitting there unsettled after watching, just because of how they perceived Vader and how they showed Obi-Wan and his struggles, and how the man was literally shivering in his boots. Like
that's really cool. I really for the life of me, I wish I could have felt that way last week. Last week, I felt that plot armor 10 times harder than I did this week. Last week I'm not concerned. I love the impact of seeing them together and like being like, oh shit, this is their first reunion. Watching Vader go through the streets just murdering motherfuckers. It was certainly dark and just like, oh fuck, you don't want to fuck with this guy. And obviously we haven't seen it to that degree on screen, but nevertheless, this episode made me feel it much more. And maybe that's because there was actually a child in the balance.
Yeah. But I felt the plot armor of this episode, Colton, because I knew she was going to get tortured, because she's in A New Hope, and I knew she wasn't going to die, and they were going to get out of there because they're both in A New Hope. I felt the plot armor of this episode.
That's fair.
Respectfully, I love you. Respectfully.
Oh, I love you too, G. And I know we get heat when we talk about Star Wars.
Both of you.
We do have very differing opinions when it comes to this shit. I want to make it clear. I love all three of you, regardless of how I disagree on some occasions. It's all love.
I want to make it Star clear. Wars. It's all hatred. All hatred.
The hatred feeds the passion, and the passion feeds the anger. But
Joseph, throw that other prediction back up there. I'm fully on board with that. I don't know that either of them noticed it because they were discussing.
I didn't.
I'll say it for him. He pulled a cool prediction of.
Let's come to a conclusion here on the filmmaking rating here. If
I'm good anywhere from 4.45 to 4.65.
All right, then you know what I say we go ahead and level the playing field. Give Tillman a little more credence here. Go ahead and throw it at a 4.5. Go ahead and label it the same as the last episode. I think it's a really good balance to go. Last episode lacked the story arc, gained the filmmaking. This episode gained the story arc, lacked the filmmaking. That makes sense.
I guess you can even it out too. It makes sense because, like I said, this is a brighter story and a brighter filmmaking of the
union. And like it sounds to me like me and Tillman had the exact same feelings, vice versa, about these episodes, which is really really fucking cool, which is funny. But I'm digging it. I think that most people would generally agree with the rating of it coming out to a 4.82 out of 5 stars, putting it 0.01 less than last week's 4.83 out of 5 stars.
And that 0.01 comes solely from not having a lightsaber fight.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I guess,
there you go. That's exactly it.
Colton, you're all for hope and happiness. And Star Wars, I love the demise and the downfall, because it's more exciting to watch. And it's more. I can feel people suffering and compare my suffering to theirs.
I can feel people suffering.
Star Wars felt Obi-Wan
for
burning.
me, Star Wars has always been all about the hope and the love and the family, and I feel that whenever we I can't tell you how happy that moment at the end made me when Ewan McGregor and or Obi-Wan Kenobi and Leia are holding hands on the fucking ship, going like, you know what?
So soft. Go ahead though.
we're with each other, and that makes me happy.
So soft.
It's so soft. But with that,
Joseph, you are just coming out here with some real strong predictions.
You're not
they're
soft.
missing out on all of these.
Obi-Wan soft.
The world will never know. I have too much knowledge up in this brain.
Too much
and
knowledge.
with that, Obi-Wan Kenobi Part 4 comes to a 4.82 out of 5 stars on the Penny Bloom film scale. This was the Council of Kenobi. If you would, head to patreon.com/KoroBloom, where you'll find over 30 hours of exclusive content. Go ahead and head to Twitter, follow at PennyBloomPod, follow on Instagram at PennyBloomPodcast. I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Tillman McClunie. Thank you very much, homie. And I stand by my statement saying, fuck you. We were also joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It is always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it is always a pleasure to have you. The Council of Kenobi will never fail. I was also joined by Miles fucking Buttress. Thank you very much, homie.
Thanks for having me. Happy to be here anytime, man.
Hey, I'll have you back next week even.
Probably. Also,
Mayhaps indeed.
Let's go cock. Cock and
Remember,
tummies, baby.
Peace, love, and bloom. And in the finale of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Mace Windu will sacrifice himself for Obi-Wan.